Hey everyone, I'm Anupama, Rahul, Sucharita, and we are here to talk about what else but the movies.
Correct. And some web series.
Look, this is a thing now. It's all a part of our. I was the last resisting person that I don't have time for web series, but you know what? I'm hooked there.
Get with the program.
I know.
It's all yours now if you want to write about them.
No.
We're worth a try. Worth a try.
I'll keep trying.
It's still your beat, my friend.
Yes, of course.
Not mine. However, should we begin with the big Akshay Kumar
Elephant in the room.
Kesari,
Yes.
which
Or the
Rahul,
donkey in the room.
Rahul, you had
Saffron
a
dog.
lot of problems with.
Oh,
You
yeah,
just went
insane. I-
completely ballistic.
No,
Why?
I lost my mind probably 15 minutes into it.
Really?
There are some films where you just switch off and I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to see 80 minutes of like blood and gore and like senseless violence passed in the name of history. And I knew enough about it. Like obviously we all read up about it and I've known about it because, I come from a family of like Sikhs also. But no, I mean, I couldn't.
What was the precise thing that made you lose your mind?
It was just by the books, like, and it was very. I didn't mind so much, the politics of it. I don't care. Akshay Kumar is, and I didn't even mind Akshay Kumar so much. But
No, I thought he was actually kind of very
he was
forceful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was okay, and I know what to expect when it comes to him. But the filmmaking was terrible for me. Like you can't, and I get it. It's made for a certain section of the movie-going audiences, which is fine with me. But on like a very basic level, if you can, if you start treating your audience as children most of the time, and I'm not even going to get into the 80 minutes of just war. Of just pure, like you didn't need to just go. And a lot of people are surprisingly were saying the second half is better, and I was like, what film was I watching? But even the first half was senseless.
It's all set up. The first half was
it's
all
all set up,
Yeah.
and it's I hate the way people, like even now filmmakers in 2019 use the way they use the background score, the way they use these side characters just to get a little bit of comedy out of it. You'd sense that if they're Johnny Lever right now, they'd be using him as one of the soldiers, and
He'll be the Sardar doing the Bhangra.
probably. I mean, and it's
The
I don't know. I think if you're going to take a story out of history or pages of history like this, I think you need to be a little more responsible because you can't just get away with. At least we are telling the story.
Right.
At least it's being told.
Yeah.
And I absolutely detest this kind of filmmaking. I can't be diplomatic about it anymore. In fact, like most of the other Akshay Kumar films in the last few years, I have to rethink maybe they were better because of now what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
For example, Padman was still like, I'd say now it's a little more decent compared to what. But this one, and I didn't even mind, what it was trying to say or what it was trying to propagate. I don't care about that. It's just on a very basic, fundamental level. It's just the filmmaking was absolutely basic, and I can't stand for that at this point of time.
I wonder if Akshay Kumar is bored of playing the same part in every film, that of saving everyone else in the movie, because there's always everyone is doing things and nothing is right, and he comes and he fixes it. At least over the past couple of years, that's what you look at Gold, you look at Padman, he just comes and fixes everything for everybody. In movies like this, when it's a retelling of an actual historical event that happened, it's very important to me personally to know what is fact and what are you making up.
Right.
What actually happened.
But Sujata, they said right at the beginning it's a fictionalized account, so they can make up anything.
But we are not selling it like a fictionalized account. We're selling this movie as a chapter of our Indian history. Did the British actually say, no, you have to stay at your post? But Akshay Kumar said, no, the British have asked us to run away, and then we are going to fight for our mother. I mean, like... and again, the build-up to because you're promising me the story of this battle of Saragadi, of these brave 21 soldiers. So you're promising me that story, but everything that you're showing me building up to that story has no relevance on the actual battle.
The whole first half is just a setup.
But it has no bearing.
Yeah.
The sharpshooter, the effeminate Pathan who just shows up, and there's like this ominous music that plays every time this person. I think something will happen, some battle. Maybe he'll like not shoot this person, But but nothing.
Yeah.
That person just vanishes. So क्या build-up कर रहे थे आप? किसके लिए build-up? कहाँ ले जा रहे थे इस build-up को?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the fact that apart from Akshay Kumar, no other character except that who you also mentioned, the youngest soldier.
Yeah.
No one else. Everyone has one line. इसकी बेटी है.
Right.
इसकी शादी के बाद he didn't get
Yeah,
laid.
one note meaning literally
one note लिख के तुम्हारे डैड को जूते चाहिए.
Huh.
You know, just to kind of tug at those emotional heartstrings.
Right,
की
right.
It felt
dad,
like
daughter,
border.
wife.
Yeah.
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 But
yeah.
nothing else, nothing beyond that.
I mean, it felt like
Yeah.
Border all over again, and it's. I mean, 90.
Border was, I think, a better film.
And 97. For even
Yeah.
for that time,
Yeah.
I liked the film back then. Obviously, I was a kid, but it's not aged very well. We all
No,
know that.
no.
No.
But even now, that is a better film.
Yeah,
Forget the
yeah.
technical aspects. Forget
Yeah.
how bad the Air Force scenes were shot, how badly the
Correct,
battle scenes were
correct,
shot.
correct.
But you know, at least you could recognize the characters in the sense each of them was given some kind of
Correct,
however
correct.
Bollywoodized
Yeah,
it
they
is.
were
जाते हुए
specific.
लम्हों
One had a wife
Yeah.
waiting, one had parents sick waiting.
Yeah.
Here you're just, you know, you're
One
just
was a
giving everyone
cook,
time while
everything.
dying,
Right.
but we don't know who
We don't
they
know
are.
who they are. Yeah.
We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
care for them,
Yeah.
and you're giving them 10 minutes while dying, and like just like I'm not
But
able
you know,
to get it.
I have to say that I thought he really just powered through it. I mean, underneath that beard, which is like its own creature,
So it was.
you know, which is just like, what is that happening
yeah.
over there? I feel like it's amazing to me that that he can be surrounded by such sort of one-note writing and still kind of make it to the compelling to the little degree that it was compelling, because it's all him. There's
Yeah,
nothing else.
yeah, I
mean,
agree with that.
you're not even looking at like the action. I mean, for me, I also found it problematic in their depictions of the Afghans and you know, all of it, that effeminate guy. I mean, it was just like, what are we saying here?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what is this? Like, where are we drawing the battle lines? What are we saying? But here's the thing, guys. The film, of course, opened massively because Akshay is, of course, a massive star,
Yeah.
but has also done well over the weekend. And then, I don't know, then it comes back to that whole point that people keep slamming us on Twitter for that you're so disconnected from the audiences.
Yeah.
Are we disconnected from the audiences? Or are we looking for things that just other people don't look for? I don't know.
I actually don't know anymore, because like this year has been a very the films that have come out over the past couple of months have had one review and have another kind of success at the box office.
Right.
Entirely. I don't know. I don't know, because if not enough people are watching मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, because I guess theater में लगी नहीं है, इतनी सारे लोग देखेंगे कहाँ पे जाकर. I don't know.
I feel like it's just the times we live in. It's more like the times are disconnected with us most. At least in the last 1 year or the last 6 months, especially with the elections coming up, the mood that has been sort of prevalent in the country for the last couple of years. I just feel like I'm being manipulated every time I enter a theater when, say, Akshay Kumar, Ajay Devgan, John Abraham film is going on. I do not want to go to the movies because of that. I'm not going to the movies to have my political beliefs changed,
Right.
or to have it challenged, I'm just going to the movies because they are the movies, and the fact that it's being used as a medium to do more than that for the longest time now, it pisses me off every time. But with this movie, it went way beyond that. You know, I just, and what you said about Akshay Kumar, that he powers the film, the other way to look at it is also that if he wasn't in the film, maybe all the characters would have got something. The writing would have been there.
Written.
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm saying how
So
much
if
of
they
that
weren't
is down
writing
to
it-
Akshay Kumar.
You're saying if they weren't writing it around the actor
Yeah, if
who
the
was playing the
superstar
part.
wasn't in the film, we know that. It happens with every superstar. It's
Yeah.
happening with the Khans these days also. And it's happening with the Kumar now. So, I mean, if they aren't part of the films, I think it goes hand in hand. If they aren't part of the film, automatically the film, the writers, everyone will realize that they need to put more into the film to make it a little more sellable. And to make it a more of a film. But when you have a superstar, everyone else get lazy, and it's also probably down to the
Because,
superstar.
You know, Anurag Singh, I loved Punjab 1984. You know, I thought it was a very well written film. The performances, you know, Kiran Kher and Diljit were just really wonderful and textured. And so I was really, my hopes were very high for this. You know, I was very excited about what he would do when he finally came into this. But I don't know, man.
The writing just entirely
That
lets
felt
him
dumbed
down.
down also, I'm guessing. Just
I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments. So, of course, people are asking on Facebook about lots of web shows.
Yes.
They want us to discuss, and we will. But Lagan Mangala says, what do you think makers of small experimental films like Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota could do in order to reach out to a wider audience? It's a very good question, Lagan or Lagan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Listen, it's very hard. I think
Everyone's
it's
just
very
trying
hard.
to crack this,
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
to. Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota is released in more theaters outside the country than
Right.
it has released in India.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reasons behind that are. I don't
No,
know what the
there
logistics
is
are.
right now there is a situation between the producer Ronnie Screwvala and the multiplexes.
Cineplex chains.
Yeah, and the multiplexes. But even if that wasn't true, when you are a smaller film, the odds that people will come out and see you are so.
yeah, it's
They're just so uneven. The playing field is just so uneven that I'm almost wishing that more directors would just go straight to streaming.
just go online. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
just go
my
online.
simple solution.
Yeah.
Now there's no excuse for, like, first of all, small films can be made now.
Right.
Which is great. There's far more than, say, 10 years ago. I mean, as far as distribution is concerned, as far as exhibition is concerned, I feel like online is not on the future, it's the present now.
Yeah.
We are here.
Yeah.
I think all the films, like, stop trying to release films like Newton, stop trying to release films like
Newton
Marco.
did make 10 crores.
Yeah,
They did a lot of money.
But,
Yeah.
that's again because of the whole Oscar, buzz that
yeah.
preceded it. But not every film is going to be like that. So many great films like Masan and a lot of other films are bombed because they tried to release in cinemas.
Yeah.
And that sort of sticks with it, as a reputation.
Absolutely. Maybe people just don't want to pay to see these movies.
Yeah.
But if these movies
But if
are
they're
in your
there,
house,
they will watch it.
They will watch it.
Yeah.
And word of mouth is stronger than ever online now, and it'll reach the audience it's supposed to.
It's supposed to reach.
That's
So
the
it's becoming more and more difficult to get people to come to your content because it's easy now to get content in my living room.
Yeah, sure.
I will go out of my house to watch an epic
Yeah.
that I need to
Yeah.
watch. in the
Everyone's
theater.
going to be there for Endgame.
Correct. Wo jo, like a theatrical experience.
Right,
If I
right.
want something at home
Yeah.
on my
I mean,
computer,
yeah, sure.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to be old school and romantic about it, which is great.
Yeah.
Spielberg can afford to do that. He's
Correct.
Spielberg.
Correct.
But he's not seeing the other side of the argument. We
Yeah.
are talking about a ton of other filmmakers and filmmakers like Cuarón and Scorsese are actually they're actually leading the way for
They
a
are
lot of
leading
small
the way.
time
Oh,
films.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Spielberg knows what he's doing here because it's very easy to be romantic about it.
Right,
But
yeah.
in
Right.
countries like India, you have to be practical about it.
I think Mard Ko Dard will come on an OTT platform soon
and it
enough.
will.
Yeah,
I'm
I
hoping
hope
that
so.
it
And
will.
I'm pretty sure I'll catch some fire online also.
Yeah, because that's the audience
Yeah,
it's also
it is,
going
it is.
for. That is the
It's
audience
the
that it's
movie
also going
going
for.
audience in general.
Correct. An audience that appreciates and
Yeah.
enjoys that
Yeah.
kind of like quirky, fun
Yeah.
cinema.
So we have Manish Jain saying, watch मर्द को जितनी सुचारुता ने तारीफ की उतनी भी entertaining नहीं है. I like the latter half of the film when Gulshan comes out in full form, except that the movie's quite okay.
Yeah.
So
भाई मुझे तो बड़े मजे आए मुझे तो बहुत ही मजे आए गुलशन देवैया की परफॉर्मेंस
Gulshan was
देखकर
lovely. Gulshan was lovely.
मतलब मजे आ गए it's such an absorbing performance that you really like paying I was paying attention to every detail from his hair
Right.
down to his one leg to his
Right.
Baisakhi that he was hopping on
Yeah.
to the other characters rose tinted glasses like his fitted clothes.
Yeah.
I was paying attention to
Jimmies.
everything.
Yeah.
Jimmies.
Yeah.
Because Gulshan has become both those things to such a it's like a second skin,
Yeah.
and it became like everything was just very, very enjoyable. I was really into all the characters, and I was watching your review, Anu, and there's one thing I disagree with because you said that Radhika Madan's arc. You said that dragged on for a little bit with her whole family and
no,
things
not
like
the
that.
arc, just that specific. Sorry, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, please don't blame me.
Thursday को
Yeah.
release हो गई थी picture.
हाँ, अब हम कर सकते हैं ये
Yeah.
बातें. No, that thing about her fiance. For
Right.
me, that whole thing also it felt very tonally off because I felt like that had a semblance of reality, which the rest of it was very exaggerated comic book. Fun and this bit it just felt tonally off to me. Like I didn't get into it at all, and that's why it kind of weighed down the narrative. Not that the arc was like that there wasn't
Sure.
enough.
But I actually enjoyed that it was tonally different.
Right.
Because that for me kept it, I don't know, in some way it kept it real, because she, out of all the lead four characters, two Gulshan, one
Yeah.
Surya, and one Supri, her character was the only one that was having any kind of an internal, movement, like change of
Right.
personality.
Right.
Because she's this one person, and then
Yeah.
there's a mysterious backstory to her, that why is she helping out this drunk man?
Correct.
Why is she going around putting posters? Why she's apologizing to her fiance? So I was on that journey with her, and like till the end, when they spoiler again, when Supri and Surya get together on that rooftop, and then she runs to that chemist and buys that morning after pill, and then dances back, and then becomes part of the external conflict. Because if you see Surya and Jimmy and Mani, they don't undergo any personality changes.
Yeah.
They
They're the
remain
same.
who they are.
Yeah.
But she does. And I was with her on that. And then she becomes a part of the external conflict in the climax. And I like that the editing style was different for her story as
Right.
the rest of the film, because that kept it, that kept reminding me somewhere that Surya is a misfit that exaggerated that more. That this
Right.
is real life, and
Right.
Surya is not supposed to be the way he is. So that exaggerated his personality for me. I like that contrast. I think that worked better for me.
See, I thought that the movie is just wonderfully imaginative, and I love that, how far out on a limb he went. But I don't think it didn't hold me throughout.
Yeah.
Emotionally, like, because Radhika is really the only emotional core that there is, and otherwise it's all fun and games. And I
The
feel I felt like
grandfather also.
he was lovely.
Yeah,
Mahesh Manjrekar
Mahesh
is
Manjrekar.
fantastic. But I just felt like it needed a little more sort of inventiveness. And I really wish it had done well enough to have a sequel, because I think he would have really found his footing. And he would have created worlds, and I don't know. Maybe there's some producer who's
Maybe on
I don't know.
OTT, if
Yeah,
we get
we
an
should-
OTT
we should
sequel.
get a sequel to
Vasan,
it.
do it. Give us a Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota sequel. Rahul, thoughts?
No, I think it's the peril of the genre. Like homages in general are difficult to involve you emotionally, because they are tributes mostly to the movies, and they're tributes to your own life. So, like, the genre on its own is kind of a tribute to flimsiness. So it's
Right.
very difficult to sort of hold you throughout. Even I thought it was a bit stretched,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
wanted to be, slightly more out there than it should have been. But on the whole, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I watched it a while back at Mami, obviously,
Correct,
but
correct.
I still remember quite a bit of it.
Yeah. Okay, Shikhar Srivastav says, why did the film Hamid by Ejaz Khan, why didn't it work in theatres? Is there any commercial scope for these type of brilliant flicks?
I did not watch Hamid.
Yeah.
You saw Hamid?
You watched it also?
No.
Okay.
I didn't see it. See,
Uh,
again,
okay.
I think there's too much. There's just too
There's
much
a
for
lot of
all of
it
us
out
to
there,
see.
yeah.
And again, a film like Hamid should have just, in my
Also,
mind,
even I
gone
think it
straight
should
to
have gone
digital.
straight to digital,
Yeah.
because also, I mean, there is the temptation, because it was shot in Kashmir.
Yeah.
There's the whole Kashmir palette you want to show on the big
Correct.
screen.
Big screen, yeah.
But I think filmmakers should be a little more practical now. They can't,
They can't.
keep hoping for
Yeah.
this, because it won't do the reputation of anyone any good, or their careers any good, because everyone will look at what it made and what they did
Right.
as business-wise in the last film.
Yeah.
So I think they should consider online an option.
Yeah.
Shashi Bhushan says, what do you feel about Laila Majnu, which had a mainstream producer not even being nominated for the best debut and music categories at any award functions except Mirchi Music Awards? Considering the fact that it had got some really great reviews from the audience and critics, it has an IMDb rating of 7.8.
It did win some Filmfare. I think it was like a special Filmfare award for music. Niladri Kumar won. But yes, Avinash Tiwari and Tripti Dimri, both of them did not get nominated in the best debut categories. I don't know why. I don't know how Filmfare works. I don't know who decides the nominations,
I mean,
how it
I
gets
don't
picked.
take awards seriously.
Yeah, listen.
I don't think Avinash Tiwari should either. I know he went on a rant.
Yeah, he
yesterday.
was very upset.
But no, please, that's not a
Awards
a measure.
are a whole different show.
Yeah,
we could
that's
do
it.
like 2
I
hours
mean,
of just awards.
That's not a measure of your talent, of your performance in any way possible.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a sad truth.
that's how it
But
is.
I don't know why it didn't get nominated. Because also Laila Majnu was a good film. It wasn't a perfect film. There was a lot of problems with
But
that
again,
film.
they went by how well it did, and it didn't do well.
Yeah.
Mostly
It
box
didn't do
office
well.
is
Yeah.
rewarded.
And look, let me tell you guys, this is not just कि यहाँ पर है इंडिया में we are all obsessed with box office. Do you know when Cary Fukunaga made Beasts of No Nation and Netflix put it out into theaters, it made like very little money and it's very brutal, so I couldn't see, I just didn't want to put myself through it and I didn't see the film. But it's supposed to be a brilliant film that just didn't get a viewership because once you go out in theaters and people say, हाँ लेकिन वो तो flop है.
Yeah.
You know, so it didn't get a viewership even online. You know, and enough people just didn't see what he did, and he's such a fine director. So I think it does color everyone's perception. कि अब इसमें क्या time लगाना है, ये तो flop है.
Correct.
You know, but if you go straight to digital and a lot of people are watching it and it becomes part of the cultural conversation, like our next topic, Made in Heaven. You know, that is what everybody's talking about, and that's on Amazon. So you have to be a subscriber to see it, and yet it's a massive conversation.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
I mean, which is amazing, and I think more filmmakers should take that path. And this is Zoya and Rima and Alankrita. You know, all people who made Nitya, everybody, all women who made feature films.
Absolutely. And Zoya has brought her whole team. Like she was talking at the screening, I think like the hair department, the makeup department, the cinematographer, Jai Oza.
Yeah.
They're all making this 10-hour movie together, broken down into episodes. And I really enjoyed it. I haven't completed the season yet.
So
I think
no
I have
spoilers.
the last 2 episodes remaining. But I have loved it. I've enjoyed it so much. It is so entertaining, and the way they've handled issues like homosexuality and the pretense of big weddings and things like that. It's so sensitive and nice, and it's not preachy.
It's not preachy.
Which is what I like.
Even though every
Except the
episode,
voiceover.
the voiceover.
Except
That's, I don't know why they needed somebody to explain.
To
मतलब
put a
you know,
Neruda poem at the end.
एक filmmaker है तो मतलब उसका thoughts आना चाहिए.
आना
It's like
चाहिए,
that.
हाँ.
And like ठीक है, at least you made him like a stoner guy who's
Who
probably
takes himself too seriously
prone,
anyway.
This is
The
probably what's
character.
happening in his head. He's
Correct.
probably prone to it.
But it was highly unnecessary.
It was not
I
necessary.
agree.
But that's a Hindi cinema thing. I just like.
Right.
But I like that character is like off anyway. वो अपने आप को बहुत
थोड़ा
seriously
off
लेता
है
है. तो end में प्रवचन देता है तो ठीक है.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I loved the characters. I loved that the two main people are a woman and a gay man, and the fact that they could and you know,
And a very flawed woman at that.
a very flawed woman, a very problematic woman, and a messy woman,
Messy,
you know, and it's all messy.
Yeah.
And the man even, you know, it's not one of those characters ki because you know you're homosexual, you've had such a tough life growing up, trying to come to terms with the sexuality, you are the best person. No, the person that the character is very real.
Yeah.
असली आदमी है वो.
Yeah.
It's beautiful the way they sort of weave flashbacks into the whole. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
lesson for a lot of filmmakers because they just didn't do it for the heck of it. There were genuine emotional narrative transitions between both of the lead protagonists, flashbacks and there.
Yeah.
And I was very happy for Arjun Mathur personally because
He's
you know,
such a
we've
fine
seen him for
actor.
so long.
For so long.
And
So
finally
long.
gets a role that
But
really
the
gives
last thing I saw him in was Accidental Prime Minister.
I know, we all did.
He played Rahul
We
Gandhi.
will not go there.
But yeah, you remember him from Luck by Chance playing the best friend.
Yeah.
But that pretty
next
much
door.
sums up his career, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing him as
Next
Rahul
door.
Gandhi and then you're seeing him as like a career-defining
What a
sort of
phenomenal performance,
Oh,
man.
brilliant
Oh,
performance.
And just you wait till you get to those last two
okay,
episodes.
Oh, yeah, those last
shush,
few episodes.
shush.
No, his performance is just outstanding.
it's off the charts.
And Sobita for that matter.
Sobita's
Sobita Dhulipala.
amazing. Yeah.
She's been around for a few years. She came with
Yeah.
Raman Raghav 2.0. She did a small part in Kala Kandi. She had a small part in Chef.
Yeah.
Which nobody remembers that she was in that movie.
Yeah.
She played Scarlett Johansson's part, and she just blossoms into this character that you discover and unravel. Oh, it's amazing!
And how beautiful are the clothes?
Every single outfit.
And this time
शादी
they
के
have an
कपड़े ना
excuse.
सारे.
This time they have an excuse. It's
सारे
not-
शादी के कपड़े हैं.
Or I'm just looking at uski jewelry and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So it's truly the best thing where you can appreciate the most amazing writing, the best acting, and then say, wow, kapde bhi kitne.
By the way, clothes were also nice.
Otherwise you're just looking at the clothes because the writing is so bad.
Kapde achhe
I mean,
the.
there's so many movies
Yeah,
in which I've survived. There was
that's,
one
a
movie
lot
which I
of them.
can't remember the name. It had Kareena and Salman Khan, and she was wearing the most incredible jackets. They were in Australia.
No,
I think.
I do notice you end up talking a lot about the clothes when
That's
the
how,
film is
Rahul, that's how I get through.
That's a good way
You
to
know,
get
I'm
through.
just
दुब्बे को तिनके का सहारा.
बिल्कुल.
ये साड़ी अच्छी है.
ये साड़ी अच्छी है,
Sketch बना लो
jacket
ऐसे.
अच्छी है.
Blouse का
You know,
design.
Karan George still laughs at me because I saw Shakun's first film. What was
एक
it
में
called?
और
एक में और एक
Ek Mein Aur Ek Tu, and that was Kareena and Imran,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I messaged him and he said, I saw your message and I thought, oh, maybe she's complimenting me on the film which he produced. But I was asking him, where did you get that specific? It was a painting या कुछ पीछे था.
Yeah.
It
वो
was
कहाँ से
a
मिला?
dartboard with post-its. And I was like, Karan, वो कहाँ से मिला? I was like, really? That's all you saw in this whole film was the dartboard. But this is how I get through movies.
I get
Okay, there are many more questions.
So Made in Heaven gives you all of that and more.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
good clothes are just an add-on.
Correct.
Welcome.
Rajat Sharma says, in order to achieve greatness in filmmaking, how important is it to not get stuck up in popular opinion and business of cinema?
Greatness is relevant
I mean, it's all very subjective.
and subjective.
What is greatness?
You know,
But
what
guys,
is
generally,
greatness?
should you
Like,
not be into business and popular?
you find a balance.
You have to give your own voice.
You have
right?
to find a balance. Like,
Right, you have to find a balance,
I mean,
yeah.
Zoya Akhtar does it well. A few filmmakers do it well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't just disregard one aspect of filmmaking with business is an aspect of filmmaking.
It is.
Can't totally,
Yeah.
not in a country like this or
Right.
China for that matter. You
Right.
can't do that. But you know, I mean, there are always filmmakers who find a balance. Like Christopher Nolan is a classic example.
Yeah.
You know, he can
Or
do both.
Spielberg.
Yeah, you make blockbusters out of like very concepts with heart and with
Yeah. Yeah.
personal concepts. You can do that all the time. It's just
Yeah.
that you shouldn't totally disregard one aspect. Like even I mean, a lot of filmmakers, at least most of our filmmakers, go by only the business model. A lot of indie filmmakers, on the other hand, are very
Correct.
arrogant about their, you know,
Right.
कि तुम लोग ये वो हम
हाँ,
लोग ये ऐसे ही
हाँ.
करेंगे type.
आप धंधा करो,
It's
हम आर्ट बना
it's
रहे
totally
हैं.
it's like left and right, and I'm
Right,
like, you know,
right.
there's no one right here.
Yeah, yeah,
There is
yeah.
someone in the middle, very few people, but you know,
Yeah.
there should be that
Yeah.
balance.
You know, Vinod had once told me that R.K. Lakshman had come to give the commencement address at FTII. And he said that, you know, the problem is that bad films make good money and good films make bad money. So you guys need to figure out how to make good films that make good money. That should be everyone's aim.
Yeah,
that
but-
make good films that also make good money, because then it keeps moving.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, correct. Gully Boy.
Yeah, Gully Boy being
Make a good
being,
film that makes
thing.
good money.
Yeah,
You know, and I don't know what greatness really is. I mean,
I don't think you plan or design
Yeah,
greatness.
you shouldn't. If
You
you're
can't.
designing it, you will
नहीं,
never
नहीं, you
achieve it.
can't. वो तो कभी
Yeah,
होगा ही नहीं
नहीं.
ना.
Zoya is great though.
Yeah.
I really enjoy her work. You know,
Yeah.
since Luck by Chance, I went back and I saw Luck by Chance again.
Isn't it fab?
On Amazon Prime. It was amazing.
We didn't get paid for that.
Nothing,
plug.
not at all. You remember Luck by Chance? It
Yeah.
was ahead
Still
of
my
its
favorite
time,
film.
so
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
because
Just from that opening sequence.
Yeah.
It's
it was the
magic.
story of that woman.
Yeah.
जिसकी life में एक chapter आते चले जाते. The opening is hers and the closing is also her.
Yeah.
But it had to be marketed like a Farhan Akhtar movie, like a Hrithik Roshan item song, and things
Yeah.
like that. Like that
Yeah.
story didn't
Yeah.
really, you know, get the attention that I think perhaps was her intention of how
Yeah.
people just
I still
lose
think
themselves
it's-
into the
it's
film industry.
Probably our best film.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
great
film. It's a
film.
wonderful film.
It's a good
And before we part, we do have to, I know you haven't seen it, but Delhi Crime, which is, I have not finished watching it, but is, I thought, just wonderfully done.
No, it's brilliantly done.
It's brilliant,
like
yeah.
I was very wary about it before I started watching it, and I was like, you know, we tend to exploit these things quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was happy to be proven wrong, because like even 1 or 2 episodes into it, I was like, I can't stop watching this. And it's really
Really?
difficult to watch. But
It's very
I think
tough.
it's very tastefully done at the same point, because they chose a focus that a lot of us think we knew about,
Yeah, but we don't.
but we really don't.
Yeah, we don't.
And
we don't.
a lot of people have been saying that, oh, you know, it's sort of glorification of the police and all. They don't get it. It
Yeah.
really isn't a glorification.
Yeah.
In fact, it's showing them as really messed up, flawed,
Correct.
and absolutely fighting against their own reputation
Yeah.
most of the
And
time.
also fighting against impossible
And
odds.
impossible odds.
Yeah,
And
look
it's
at where
the
they
things we
work,
take
how
for
they work.
granted. Like,
Bilkul.
and
Yeah.
we only read about it, but this was nice because it was procedural and they stuck to the basics. They
Yeah.
did not go gimmicky.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did not get into the actual event.
Yeah, and it's not gory.
It's not gory.
You know, there's nothing on screen.
It's not emotionally
You know?
manipulative. I think it was the balance was perfect.
Yeah.
But it was like some of my favorite filmmaking in
Yeah.
the last few years. It reminded me of Sony, which is another great
Yeah,
film.
yeah, which is a wonderful. So women cops are having a moment.
No, they are.
Before you know it, Rohit Shetty will make that woman
Don't
cop
say
film. As part of his
I thought
pop universe.
Priyanka
Wasn't Tabu
Chopra-
recently a cop in some film? Ajay Devgan,
Drishyam.
Drishyam,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, Prakash Jha did it with Priyanka Chopra.
Jai Ganga Jal.
Right,
That's
right.
it,
Okay, guys, last question from Anusha Vasa. What films are you excited about in the next month, which is April?
Can I say it?
Yes, you can.
Prime Minister Modi.
Oh, right.
I am excited.
Obviously. I think
I want to watch.
lot of-
I'm very curious. I'm dying of curiosity.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I just-
Genuinely?
yeah, because you see the trailer
Huh.
and you see Vivek Oberoi in so many different kinds of get-ups. He's in
Oh, yeah.
the snow,
It felt
walking.
like a
Then he's
fantasy.
next to a river.
Yeah.
Then he's dressed as a star, as a sick person, and then there's like some papers flying. And
Yeah.
I'm very curious कि क्या कहानियाँ हैं
Hmm.
that I don't know. I'm very curious.
It's all yours.
I'm watching.
Yeah,
तू
yeah,
मत
it's all-
देख. गया
देखना
चलो
तो पड़ेगा
freedom.
Rahul, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I'm looking forward to Us, which is releasing this week.
Yeah,
Jordan Peele.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
also because horror films are having a moment.
Yeah.
I really don't know what is releasing even 2 weeks from now. I like to
Right.
live week to week
Right.
so that I don't get like too very.
Hmm.
But in general, because of the IPL and the elections and all, I don't see a lot of good films releasing in summers anyway. Not here at least. There are a lot of Hollywood films going to come. I know.
Avengers.
That I'm out of.
Avengers is coming.
I am super excited.
It's going to be so
I am
amazing.
so excited. I
Not.
can't
It's going to
tell
be
you.
so good.
Yeah, I'm just, it's
I'm
not
happy
funny
somehow.
how excited I am.
It's the coming
Will it
culmination
end?
of.
Will it finally end?
Well, this is not the last film in the universe.
Right. But
There
it's
is
the
like,
last film in this series.
But it's the last Avengers.
I think so. But what happens with
Please
the
tell me it's
MCU
the
is that
last
they keep doing crossovers.
हाँ,
Captain
कुछ तो
America
होगा.
में भी 6 लोग आ ही जाते हैं लड़ाई
ऐसा
करने
नहीं
के
एक
लिए.
फिल्म that सब मर जाते हैं. Just finish it once and for all. I think in the last one,
Maru
a
is-
lot of them were dying, so I was very
A lot
happy.
of them died.
Yeah,
But now we'll
I was
find
like,
out
they're
what will happen.
disappearing.
Are they in a different timeline? Are they in an alternate realm?
Let me know when the universe
In the
ends.
quantum realm. Then there's
Then
the
another one will
Guardians.
start. I
There's a
can't wait.
Guardians film that is coming. There's a Spider-Man film that is coming.
Yeah, no,
These are
absolutely.
in production right now.
Correct,
I don't know if
correct.
there's like
I'm
Correct.
others.
happy. I'm on the web show beat. I can't do all this.
I'm
no
very
time
happy to
for
watch
it.
Okay, and can I also say that I'm excited about Kalan?
Yes.
Kalang, yes.
Which I hope is this great mashup of Bhansali and Bahubali.
Looks like it.
I mean, I'm
It does look like
Yeah.
it is.
all there for Alia Bhatt, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I can watch
Closest
anything
to
she
losing
said.
objectivity is there for me.
Ah, that's so sweet.
So cute, yaar.
That's the most vulnerable he's ever been.
Closest to losing objectivity is for Alia Bhatt,
Yeah.
Rahul Desai.
And on that happy note, as Rahul Desai is
Don't make me
smiling
blush. It's fine.
and blushing. Oh my
So
god!
cute, yaar.
Oh my god! Okay, note किया जाए. Okay.
Zoom in करना है इसके चेहरे पे हाँ, बाद में ऐसा.
Thank you for watching, and we will be back next week with more.
See you guys.
Bye.